I remember the day a doctor looked me in the eye and said, "You need to start slowing down." That was over 30 years ago. I'm 92 now. I still drive. I still walk on my own. And here's the truth, I haven't been sick in 3 decades. Not even a cold. But let me be clear, it's not because I'm lucky, and it's not because I've got some miracle gene. It's because of 5 small habits I started in my 60s. Habits that most people ignore because they seem too simple to matter. But what if I told you that your future health, the strength in your legs, the clarity in your mind, your ability to live independently doesn't come from one big decision, but from the tiny things you do each morning? What if your ability to age gracefully has less to do with your DNA and more to do with what you do before your coffee? In a world chasing the next supplement or superfood, these 5 daily habits have quietly helped me avoid chronic illness, hospital visits, and even brain fog. And they can do the same for you. Backed by research from institutions like the Mayo Clinic and Stanford, these aren't trends, they're tools for anyone over 60 who wants to live healthy after 50 and feel strong doing it. So before we dive in, ask yourself, when was the last time you did something simple but powerful for your health? If you're ready to take control of your aging journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss new insights. And I'd love to know in the comments, what's one morning habit that's helped you feel your best? Now let's walk through these 5 habits, starting with the one that completely changed my mornings and might just add years to yours. To 1, wake up ritual, 90-second morning signal. Most people never think about how they wake up. The alarm buzzes, they swing their legs over the side of the bed, they grab their phone, and just like that, their day starts in a rush. But what if that first minute, the moment before your feet hit the floor, was actually one of the most important parts of your entire day? I didn't learn this from a book, I learned it from pain. Back when I was 60, I used to wake up stiff and disoriented. My knees didn't want to bend. My head felt like it was wrapped in fog. One morning I stood up too fast, tripped over my slippers, and hit the corner of my dresser. That bruise stayed for weeks, but the wake-up call, that stayed for life. So I made a rule. No rushing out of bed, no jolting my system before it's ready. Instead, I started giving my body a signal, a message that says we're alive today, and we're moving with care. It takes just 90 seconds, but it's changed everything. Here's what I do. I stay on my back. I take 3 long, slow breaths through my nose. Then I stretch out my fingers and move my hands in slow circles. I roll my ankles. I bend and straighten my legs one by one. I twist gently from side to side. And then I sit up slowly. No jerking, no hurrying, just steady movement. You might be thinking, that's too simple to matter. But science says otherwise. According to the National Institute on Aging, the first 30 minutes after waking are when your blood is thickest, your joints are stiffest, and your nervous system is still trying to catch up. It's also when the risk of falls and morning confusion peaks, especially for adults over 60. But gentle movement before rising has been shown to improve circulation, increase proprioception, which is your body's sense of balance and spatial awareness, and calm the nervous system. A study published in Geriatrics and Gerontology International found that older adults who performed light mobility movements upon waking had a significantly reduced risk of falls, better daytime focus, and improved balance after just 6 weeks. That's not theory, that's proof. And here's something I never expected. Once I made this ritual a daily habit, my entire morning changed. I didn't shuffle to the bathroom. I walked, my legs were steady, my shoulders relaxed. I even noticed I stopped clenching my jaw, something I didn't even know I was doing. It's not about stretching, it's about signaling. You're telling your body, wake up, I need you. And your body listens. This kind of morning practice may not look like much from the outside, but it's a powerful form of self-respect. You're not just getting ready for the day, you're inviting your body to join you in it. In terms of daily habits for longevity, this one is a cornerstone. It's low effort, zero cost, and the benefits, they compound over time. You don't need special equipment. You don't need a mat. You don't even need to get out of bed. All you need is 90 seconds and a willingness to tune in. Think of it as a pre-flight check. Your muscles, your joints, your circulation, all systems go. And here's the truth. Aging doesn't start with disease. It starts with disconnection, when we stop paying attention to what our bodies are trying to tell us. But the good news, we can reconnect. We can choose habits that prevent aging diseases before they take hold. We can practice doctor-recommended tips for older adults right from the comfort of our own bed. So tomorrow morning, before your feet touch the floor, try this. Breathe, move, wake up on purpose. Because after 60, the smallest habits often have the biggest impact. And because every morning you choose to care for your body, you're reminding it that you still have places to go. Number 2, golden glass, lemon turmeric, black pepper water. There was a time when I started every morning with coffee and toast. It felt familiar. It felt normal. But as I got older, I noticed something was off. My joints ached when the seasons changed. My digestion slowed. And every winter, like clockwork, I'd catch a cold that lingered for weeks. Then a neighbor, an old nurse named Helen, shared a habit she'd picked up during her hospital years. She called it the golden glass. Just warm water with lemon turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. It sounded too simple to be real. But I figured, why not try? That was over 25 years ago, and I haven't had a sick day since. This drink isn't some trend you scroll past online. It's a daily signal, a declaration to your body: I choose health. I choose clarity. I choose to show up fully starting now. Let's break it down. Fresh lemon juice. It's more than just a flavor. It delivers a surge of vitamin C, a powerful antioxidant that supports your immune system and helps white blood cells do their job. According to the Linus Pauling Institute at Oregon State University, older adults with higher vitamin C intake experience fewer infections, better immune response, and faster recovery. But that's not all. Lemon juice also stimulates bile flow, which helps the liver flush out toxins and supports smoother digestion. And for many seniors, it helps correct low stomach acid, a hidden reason why digestion slows with age. Now for turmeric. This golden root has been used in natural health for centuries, and science is finally catching up. The compound that gives turmeric its power is called curcumin. It's one of the most studied natural anti-inflammatories in the world. Research published in Frontiers in Pharmacology found that curcumin can reduce markers of inflammation, improve immune function in aging adults, and even protect against cognitive decline. But here's the part most people miss. Turmeric doesn't absorb well on its own. That's where black pepper comes in. It contains piperine, a natural compound that boosts the absorption of curcumin by up to 2,000%. Without it, most of the turmeric passes through your system unused. With it, you unlock the full benefit. So here's what I do. I warm up a cup of water, not boiling, just warm enough to sip comfortably. I squeeze in half a lemon. I stir in a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Then I add a small pinch of ground black pepper. That's it. This golden glass has become the first thing I put into my body every single morning. Before breakfast, before the day starts. It sets the tone. And here's what changed. Within weeks, my joints felt looser. The sluggishness I used to feel after meals disappeared. My sinuses, which used to act up every spring, stayed clear. And the best part, I didn't just feel better, I felt stronger. That's the difference between habits that feel good and habits that do good. If you're over 60, your immune system isn't the same as it used to be. That doesn't mean it's broken. It means it needs support. Small daily actions like this can give your body the signal it's waiting for. According to multiple studies, warm lemon water improves hydration, turmeric lowers chronic inflammation, and black pepper enhances the body's ability to absorb nutrients. This is senior wellness from the inside out. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, but it works. I don't drink it because it tastes good, though I've grown to enjoy it. I drink it because it reminds me every morning that I'm still in charge of my health. This is one of the most powerful tools in my senior nutrition guide. No pills, no powders, just 3 simple ingredients and a clear message to the body. We're not giving up, we're gearing up. And if you've been searching for a way to support your health without adding more medication or complexity to your routine, this might be your answer. Try it for 1 week. See what changes. You don't need a new life to feel better, just a golden glass, a quiet moment, and a decision to care starting now. Year went to the 15-minute healing walk. When I was younger, I believed that if I wasn't drenched in sweat, the workout didn't count. Jogging, weights, pushing myself hard. But after turning 60, something shifted. My knees started to complain. My hips lost their bounce. And for the first time, my body didn't recover like it used to. Then I read something that changed my entire approach to movement. A study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine found that just 20 minutes of walking could lower C-reactive protein, a major marker of inflammation in older adults. That wasn't some hardcore workout, it was walking. Something I could do every day. So I made a decision. I traded intensity for consistency. I stopped chasing sweat and started focusing on rhythm, posture, breath, and just 15 minutes a day. No headphones, no phone, just me in the open air. The results were subtle at first, but powerful. I started sleeping better, thinking clearer. My joints didn't ache as much. My digestion improved, and perhaps the biggest surprise, my mood lifted. That fog I used to feel mid-morning began to clear. I felt more alive. There's a reason for that. Walking, when done intentionally, doesn't just move your legs. It moves your entire system. Your lymphatic flow, your circulation, your nervous system, even your brain chemistry. Researchers at Stanford University discovered that walking increased creative thinking by 60% compared to sitting, and that boost lasted even after the walk ended. Other studies show that it improves memory, supports cardiovascular health, and reduces the risk of death by up to 39% for older adults who walk regularly. But there's something more, something deeper. When you walk with awareness, feet rolling heel to toe, arms swinging gently, breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 6, your body enters a state of calm energy, especially if you smile. Yes, smiling while you walk makes a difference. It activates your vagus nerve. That's the superhighway between your brain and body that controls your heart rate, your immune function, and your digestion. A study in psychosomatic medicine showed that smiling during physical activity amplifies its anti-stress effects. It signals safety. It tells your body, we're okay. Keep healing. That's why I call it my healing walk. I do it every day. Sometimes it's just a walk around the block. Other times it's down the street and back. I don't count steps. I don't track miles. I don't compete with anyone. I just walk. And if I miss a day, my body knows. My joints feel tighter. My thoughts feel heavier. My sleep gets shallow. That's when I'm reminded motion isn't optional, it's medicine. These daily walks are part of how I live healthy after 50. They're not about burning calories. They're about bringing life back into the body. This is one of the most overlooked longevity tips I've learned. And it's free. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need a fitness plan. All you need is a pair of comfortable shoes and the willingness to show up. Walk slow if you need to. Walk short if that's all you can. But walk. Your body was built to move, and every time you take a step, you're reminding it that you still can. This is what healthy aging looks like. It's not about extremes. It's about daily choices that restore balance, calm the mind, and keep your body strong enough to carry you through whatever the day brings. So, tomorrow morning, or even right now, step outside. Feel the air. Breathe deeply. Let your shoulders drop. And smile, not because you feel great, but because it helps you feel better. 15 minutes, that's all it takes to begin again. Number 4, brain and body breakfast. Protein pack start. When I was in my late 60s, I noticed something strange. I was eating healthy, or so I thought. Lots of fruit, whole grains, the occasional multivitamin. But I was tired by 10 a.m. My legs felt weak. I couldn't remember where I left my keys. I even forgot whether I had eaten lunch. I thought it was just age catching up with me. Then my doctor looked at my food log and said, "You're not getting enough protein." At first, I didn't believe him. I wasn't trying to build muscle. I wasn't training for anything. But then he explained something that changed the way I see food to this day. After the age of 60, our bodies become less efficient at absorbing and using protein. That means we actually need more of it, not less, to maintain muscle energy, immune strength, and brain function. That's when I created what I call my brain and body breakfast. It's simple: 1 boiled egg, a cup of plain Greek yogurt, a handful of walnuts, and a few blueberries. Together, that's over 25 grams of high-quality protein, along with healthy fats, antioxidants, and fiber. No sugar, no processed carbs, just fuel. And here's the difference it made. Within 2 weeks, I stopped crashing mid-morning. My legs felt steadier when I stood up. I was sharper in conversation. My digestion improved. I didn't feel stuffed, I felt powered. There's a reason for that. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, adults over 60 who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal have better muscle mass, fewer hospital visits, and even longer lifespans. Another study from Tufts University found that older adults with higher protein intake responded better to vaccines and fought off illness more easily. Protein isn't just for athletes, it's the building block for your immune system, for your memory, for every cell in your body that needs to repair and renew. And not all proteins are the same. Eggs are a perfect protein. They contain all 9 essential amino acids. They also deliver choline, a nutrient that supports brain health and memory. Greek yogurt adds calcium and probiotics, good for your bones and your gut. Walnuts. They bring in omega-3s, which reduce inflammation and protect your heart. Blueberries round it out with antioxidants that support brain aging and improve blood flow. This combination isn't just breakfast. It's a prescription for aging gracefully. You don't need to eat the same thing every day. Sometimes I swap in cottage cheese with flax seeds, or I'll add a small piece of grilled chicken to sprouted grain toast. Even lentil scramble works if I'm feeling creative. But one rule never changes. I start the day with protein, because that's the moment your body decides how it's going to function for the rest of the day. This is one of the core practices in my senior nutrition guide. It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Too many people over 60 skip breakfast or eat something fast and empty like toast or cereal. But those foods spike your blood sugar and leave you hungry again in an hour. Protein does the opposite. It stabilizes your energy, supports muscle maintenance, helps prevent falls, and keeps your mind clear. When people ask me what the most underrated daily habit for longevity is, this is always near the top. Because when your body starts the day strong, everything that follows gets easier. So tomorrow morning, ask yourself this: is what you're eating helping you age gracefully? Is it giving your muscles the fuel they need? Is it feeding your brain? If not, maybe it's time to rethink your plate. Because breakfast isn't just a meal, it's your foundation. And after 50, every bite matters more than ever. Wear 5 morning mental tuning, 3 minutes of visualization. Before I talk to anyone, before I check the news, before I even sip my golden glass, I sit, I close my eyes, and I tune my mind. It takes 3 minutes. No candles, no background music, no mantras, just stillness and imagination. I picture the day ahead, not the tasks, not the traffic, not the news headlines. I picture how I want to feel moving through it. Calm, clear, steady, present. Then I imagine myself doing it, holding a smooth conversation, driving with confidence, walking into a room without tension in my shoulders, listening with patience, laughing more than frowning, smiling more than worrying. It may seem too simple to matter, but here's what neuroscience says. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a vividly imagined action and a real one. That's not philosophy, that's fact. Studies from Harvard and research by Dr. Joe Dispenza show that when we visualize specific experiences, especially emotional states, the same neural pathways light up as when we actually live them. Over time, this rewires your nervous system. You begin to respond from intention, not from habit. That means you can train your body to be calm. You can train your focus, you can even train your health. Cortisol, the hormone tied to stress, weakens the immune system. It damages memory centers in the brain. It increases inflammation and accelerates aging. And the hard truth, many seniors carry high cortisol levels without knowing it. Not through panic, but through quiet worry. Over family, over money, over things they can't control. That's why I say worry is a thief. And every morning I lock the door. One of the best senior health tips I've ever received didn't come from a doctor. It came from a friend who told me, "The way you begin your day shapes everything that follows." He was right. When you practice visualization each morning, your body shifts. Your breath slows, your blood pressure drops, your digestion improves, your mind gets sharper. A 2016 study from the University of Wisconsin-Madison found that just 5 minutes of daily mental rehearsal reduced anxiety and improved immune function in adults over 65. This is one of the most powerful forms of natural health for seniors. It costs nothing, requires no equipment, but the return, it's extraordinary. I had a friend named Tom, same age as me, grew up in the same town, but he was always wound tight. News on first thing in the morning, constantly checking his phone, always talking about what might go wrong. He ended up in the hospital after a sudden heart event. No warning, no signs. He survived, thankfully. But afterward, he asked me, "How do you stay so calm?" And I told him what I'll tell you. I don't fight the storm, I prepare for it. That's what this practice is. A preparation. A way to remind your mind and your body that you are in control of how you meet the day. These are not complicated doctor tips for older adults. They're simple. Sit in stillness, See the best version of yourself? Then step into it. This is how we protect our health after 50. Not just through what we eat or how we move, but through how we think. Because every choice, every breath, every morning sends a message to the body. We are still becoming. So tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone, sit for 3 minutes. Close your eyes. Picture peace. Picture health. Picture strength. And then go live it. It wasn't luck that kept me strong. And it sure wasn't perfect genes. It was 5 simple habits done every single day. They weren't loud, they weren't flashy, but they worked. Because real health doesn't vanish overnight. It fades in the quiet things we stop doing. And just like that, it can return in the quiet things we start again. Every breath, every walk, every morning decision. They matter more than we think, especially after 50. If you've ever felt like it's too late to turn things around, let me tell you something important, it's not. You're still here. That means you still can. And this is just the beginning. There's one more habit I haven't shared yet, something I do every night that may be the missing piece. A nighttime ritual that science suggests could actually slow down aging while we sleep. We'll explore that in the next video. If this helped shift your thinking today, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. I'd love to know in the comments, which of the 5 habits will you start tomorrow?